Good morning, children. This is the video for Chapter 3 Creating and Adding Controls in Visual Basic. Previous two chapters we were discussed about how to open VB application and writing simple programs in Visual Basic. We have discussed about adding two numbers and how to place controls in VB form designer window. It was a small and a simple lesson. Chapter 3 we are going to see creating and adding controls. We are going to see a detailed explanation about all the tools in the tools box. Already we have completed the tools box tools in VB. You know what are tools available in Visual Basic. As per our requirement, we can drag the tools from tools box using mouse, and we can we can build our front end software application, text box, labels, image box, the other controls you can place in it your form. This lesson we are going to discuss about how to place tools and how to write codings for that tools in VB Forms Designer window. Let me start chapter 3. Look at the image and take your textbook, page number 22. So I will explain the first paragraph from page number 22. Visual Basic creating and adding controls. When a new application is started, the default form will be blank. You can place objects on the form and a program to activate objects. So here what they are telling here, when we are going to open new application, the default form will be blank. We will get a form in a blank. There is no controls in the form. You can place objects on the form and a program to activate the objects. We can take controls from tools box. You can place init form and we can write coding. This is the meaning for this line. Next line. There are various controls that can be added to a form. We shall see some basic controls and their activation. So we have more controls in VB tools box. We can place it and we can activate using basic programming coding. Once we have placed the controls tools from tools box, we have tried coding to activate the controls. Here we can say objects or controls or tools. Both are same meaning. In technically, in programming languages, the IT people, the software engineers telling technical words, objects or controls or tools. Okay, so same meaning for three words. Next paragraph. What is a control? Now we are going to see the definition of control. A control is an object that can be drawn on a form, object to enable or enhance user interaction with an application. So what is control? It is an object. We can take from a tools box. It will be, we can enable or enhance user interaction. It will be used for user interaction. We are designing a window. It's a front end of application. We are designing. It will get a user interaction with an application in software application. This is the meaning for this line. A control responds to the events triggered by the system. We are placing controls now, text box, labels, command button. It responds to the events when you click over the controls or when you are going to place your mouse cursor. Okay, that to the triggers to the events triggers by the system. We will get some changes. We will get giving some inputs. We will get some outputs. So this is the meaning, triggered by the system. Okay. Next paragraph. Adding labels to the form. So here we are going to see how to add labels in your form. Okay, it's a very simple. Already you know or created some programs in VB. What are the uses of labels? Labels used for the displaying text. Okay, so I'm going to explain label control in a form, how to add it. The label is a very useful control for Visual Basic, as it is not only used to provide instructions and guidelines to the users, it can also be used to display outputs. This control used for displaying our words. Okay, so it's a control and we can use for, you want to display some texts in your form, we can take a label controls to display the outputs. Label properties. So what are the properties we have related to related to label control? One of its important property is caption. Once you have placed the label in your form, you have to change the caption. What are the text you are giving under the caption properties? It will be displayed in your label control. Using the syntax label caption, it can display text and numeric data. You can enter text data or numeric data in label control. You can change its caption in the properties window, and also at runtime, the labels identify other controls that do not have caption property on their own. So labels controls, once you have placed, you can change its name in caption. You can enter text or numeric data. Okay, so as per requirement, you can place it on your form, and you can change which text you want to, which word display in your form. You can enter in caption property. The steps how to add labels in VB. The next paragraph. Let me explain the next paragraph. Look at the picture. So here we have a first picture. We are dragging the label control from tools box, and I have placed in my form. And next one, I have entered some texts in caption property label. This is my first label, and I have created one more label. This is my second label. Okay, I have placed two label controls in my form, and I have changed the text in a caption property of label control. I have entered my text, my own text. So first you have to drag the tools from tools box, and then you have to place it which position you want in your form design window, and place it, and go to properties window. In select caption mode of the properties, you can enter the text. It will be displayed in your label control. On the third picture, this is the Windows Vista icon. So I have entered one more, created one more label, and I have changed the text. So fourth one, properties picture, I have entering my text in caption window. So this is the steps you have to follow to create a label control or place the label control in your VB form. See the next picture. It's a primary area work area. VB environment. We can see IDE environment. We have a tools box, form designer window, home tab, project explorer window, properties window, form layout window. You know what is this feature in VB? It's IDE, integrated development environment. So here I can see one label control in my form. This is the Windows Vista icon. So see the page number 23 in your textbook. I have placed one label control, and I have entered the caption default text. I have changed caption 1. So for here I want to display, this is the Windows Vista text in my label control, and I have placed one logo. Okay, so using a picture box, I have placed one logo. So like that, when you're designing software in your own software in VB, you can give headings, or you want to give some titles for your project form window, you can use label controls to display the text. It's a very simple tool in VB for displaying output text in form designer window. So track the step is you have to move your mouse cursor to tools box and track the control and place over in it in form, and you can change the caption. You can see the output screen, the changed caption in your form. Okay, press F5 key to run the form. But once you have completed the steps, you can want to see in output screen, shortcut key used for F5 to run the program, or go to home menu. You can see the run you can run the application, you can execute your program, and you can see your output. So this is the first control in VB, label control, adding in your form. These are the steps you have to follow to run label control VB environments. The next paragraph, page number 23, we are going to see text box. We are going to see how to add a text box in a VB form. Adding text box to the form. Let me read the paragraph. The text box is the standard control that is used to receive input from the user as well as to display the outputs. The text box, it is used to giving inputs value or getting outputs value in run mode, output screen. It can handle a string. String means what? Collection of combination of text. It's a string. We can enter text as alphabet letters in text box. It can handle string, text and numeric data, but not images or pictures. It will accept only text data, alphabet letters and numeric data, numbers 1 to 9, and it will not accept images and pictures. Okay, so the text box, it is used to giving input values and getting some output values while we run the program in VB environments. Okay, so text box properties. Next we are going to see the properties of text box, how we have to change in properties window. String in a text box can be converted to a numeric data by using the function value of text. You have to read value of bracket text. So read this word value of text. Okay, so string in a text box that can be converted to numeric data by using the function value of text. The function, or we can say method, value of text, it converts numeric data. Okay, the text will be converted to numeric data using this function. The default property of text box is text. When you place the text box in your form, the default text is caption text. Okay, as per requirement you can change it. To add a text box to the form, the steps you have to follow to add a text box in a form. Step 1, double click on the icon representing the text control. See the text control image in tools box. Double click it. Text box does not have the caption property. You can change the name of the text box by choosing name property. In properties window, it does not have a caption property. You have to choose a name property in properties window and you can change its name. By default, Visual Basic will name this control as a text1. When you see the text box default name is text1, you can change its name as per requirement. You can place any texts or just leave it as empty. Position the text box corresponding to the labels. Position to the text box correspond to the labels. Once you have placed the labels, and you can set the text boxes to get the input values corresponded places that near to label controls. This is the meaning for this step. Okay, so they have examples, images, form designers in your textbook, page number 24. See that picture, you can understand how to place label controls and text boxes in VB programming. So this is the text control steps you have to follow. We have to place a text box in VB. It is used to getting input values while we run the program in VB programming. So let me explain the example screenshot. Have a look of this picture. The picture 1, we have created simple form. I have created 3 labels. I have placed 3 label controls in that form. So labels number 1, number 2, sum. I have entered the label properties caption number 1, number 2, number 3, and I have placed corresponding to text boxes that labels 3 text boxes. I did not change its name property, just I leave it as a empty in a properties window of label control. And I have placed one more command button. I will explain the later command button. text boxes. So see here, I have placed 3 labels and 3 text boxes. So this is the way you have to design your form in VB to place a text box and labels. Okay, so when we are going to design software applications, you can create your design your own application front end screen interface. As per requirement, you can place the controls of labels and text boxes. Okay, so next, see the next image. Now that we have learned about a label control and text box control, let us design a Google page as shown below. So Google page search engine, the home page, Google brand name, and under that we can see one text bar. So like that you want to design in VB. So just place one label and enter the caption Google, change colors like as a Google brand, and text box, place the text box and change the text as a empty. Okay, so and the next step, you have to press to run the program F5 key or go to menu, run the program. You can see the output of the your screen, Google and the text box. So simple, we have completed the labels control and the tools text box controls in VB, how to place and how to change its default name in caption property of label control and text name property of text box. Okay, so this is the 2 controls we have learned from page number 22 and 22 to 24. Simple. Follow these steps to place these controls in VB form designer window. It's a very simple controls. So work with your system or just design any simple forms in VB. You have gets good experience to placing adding controls in VB forms. Okay, so let me explain the steps of these controls. Okay, and they have on page number 25 we have a simple program. Already I have completed this program. Once again I will complete I will explain the adding 2 numbers of program. See, you can understand of adding 2 numbers program in VB. Let me read page number 25, first paragraph. Now let us look into another example. In this program, 3 text boxes are inserted into the form together with a few labels. Step 2, I have placed 3 text boxes, okay, in my program and a few labels for the text boxes. Step 2, the 2 text boxes are used to accept input from the user, and one of the labels will be used to display the sum of 2 numbers that are entered into the 2 text boxes. I have placed 3 text boxes in my form, and the 2 text boxes will be used for getting input values from end user, and 1 text boxes will display the addition of the sum of value of 2 numbers. Okay, this is my task here. I have designed, I have placed 3 labels and its text boxes correspond to text boxes to getting input values. Let me read a third step. Besides, a command button is also programmed to calculate the sum of the 2 numbers using the plus operator. Already I have explained about command button. It's an action button. When you click command button, you can see some actions, you can see some changes in your form. When you click command button here, you will get addition of 2 values. It will be displayed in a third text box. It's a total value. This is my task. I have written a program in coding window. The program creates a variable sum to accept summation of values from text box 1 and text box 2. The procedure to calculate and display the output on the label is shown below. So here, what is my task here? I want to add 2 numbers and display the addition value in one text box. This is my task. So for this, I am going to activate the controls. I have to go to coding port in basic programming. I have to write for add 2 numbers. To add the values in text box 1 and text box 2, you have to write this line programming statements in VB. Sum equal to value of text1 dot text and plus arithmetic operator value of text2 dot text. This is the programming statement adding 2 text boxes value. Okay, text.1 dot text takes text box 1 value and text box 2 value. Okay, So label 3.caption is equal to sum. The caption, I'm changing the caption. Text3.text is equal to sum. It will display text 3 value in text box 3. Okay. So end sub. This is the coding part of Visual Basic. I have entered this coding in my Visual Basic coding parts. So see the image, you can see entering two numbers, you will get a sum of addition of two numbers in sum text label. You will get the output of the program. Just click the command button, it is the action button, you will get output value. Okay, so now we are going to see how to add command button in a form. We are going to see about command button. Let me explain about command button. The command button is a very important control as it is used to execute commands. It displays an illusion that the button is pressed when the user clicks on it. The most common event associated with the command button is click event, and the syntax for the procedure is, it is the action button. When we click the command button, we can see some changes in VB. In command button, the syntax, we have to see the syntax in every controls in coding window. See the syntax: private sub, command one click, statements. You can give any statements, the action you can here, and end sub. This is the syntax for the command button. Okay, so when the user clicks the command button, it carries out appropriate task and gives a feeling of a push and release the button. When you click the command button, you can feel giving a push to command button and release the command button. It's a pressing field in a command button. To add a command button to the form, the steps you have to follow: double click on the icon representing the command button control. Step 2, you can change the caption of command button by choosing the caption property from the properties window. So these are the steps you have to follow to place a command button in your form. Take page number 26. So in the code window, a subroutine private sub command one click, it's a click means click events, end sub will be created and displayed. Between the above two statements, you can type the code as follows: message box, MSG box is using message box. This is my first command button. When you click this command button, you will get this message. Note, message box is used to display the text messages. You can give message boxes when you're creating forms in VB, some messages when you click some controls. Okay, so follow these steps to place a command button and execute command button. See the examples in your textbook. Command button 1 I have placed on control, and when you click this command button, you will get this message box. So this is the way you have to place command button in your programming, and you have to write coding in the command button coding part. Now let us design a user login form as shown below. Now we are going to design one user login form. When you are going to enter some login in any website, or you can see Google Gmail ID, you have to enter username and password. So this is the example login form. I have placed two labels and two text boxes and one command button and one frame control. So to design a login form, I have placed my controls in VB. I have changed its names in coding in properties window. It's my simple screen in VB. So follow these steps to place controls and design this form. Just work on it, you will get some experience. Already I explained how to place label controls and text boxes and command button. So it's a very simple form in VB. You can design yourself and execute this form. You will get some outputs. So today we discussed about three controls: labels, text box and command button, and how to change its property in properties window, and how to run the program, and how to see outputs in VB. So follow the steps. You can have a good knowledge in adding controls in VB. Next class I will continue the other rest of the parts of this lesson: picture box, to the form and other controls, the steps how to place and write programming in that controls. Okay, so watch the lesson, watch the this video, this from beginning to end, and work on it. You will get some experience. Okay, so complete your homeworks, classic notes, and submit your PT1 examination papers to school. Those are not submitted or workbook, class or textbook answers, just submit it. Okay, don't be defaulters, do your work properly. If you have any doubts, ask me, and take your textbook and watch the video. You can understand the concept clearly.